Hello students, in today's lecture we'll study what a token means and what are the different types of token in any programming languages. So a token is the smallest unit of your program that is meaningful to the compiler. For example, suppose I take the same program here and check my code. If I check my code, you see here my program contains several components, right? I have keywords here, I have operators here, I have identifiers, I have constants. Now all these components are called tokens in the program. If you consider void or unsigned int or long double, bool, long int in this program, they are all data types, right? And in short they are keywords, correct? They are reserved words. So they are also tokens. So also if you consider this variable b, g, h, okay, what are all these variables? They are identifiers, right? What about these IOStream, Conio, STD? What are these? Are they reserved words? Are they identifiers? Yes, it's a name given to a header file, right? So they are identifiers. Conio is a identifier. STD is a name given to a namespace or package. So it is also an identifier. What about main? Main, is it a reserved word or keyword? No, it's a name given to a function. So this is also an identifier. What about hash? Hash is a special symbol. Okay. What about equal to operator here? It's a operator, right? Equal to, assignment operator, right? So if you see your program, there are so many components in your program. These smallest component of your program is referred to as tokens. Okay. If I consider opening flat bracket, that is also a token. If I consider the opening parenthesis or closing parenthesis, this is also a token, right? So there are so many tokens in your program. And these tokens are categorized into 5 types. What are those? The different types of token are keywords, identifiers, constants or literals. What are constants or literals? If you consider this program, 100 is the integer constant. If you consider 9.8 here, what is this? It's a double constant. It's a decimal number. What type of decimal number? It's a double constant. What about true, false? What are these? These are also constants, literals, right? It's a value given to a variable. What about this 9? It's a long integer constant. Okay, so these are all constants or literals. It's a value. Anything else here? Special symbols. Do we have special symbols in C++? Yes, there are parentheses, square brackets, flat brackets, comma, semicolon, hash. So all these are special symbols. What about operators? With respect to operators, there are arithmetic operators, relational operators like less than, greater than, bitwise operators like not, logical operators like and, or, XOR, right? So all this are tokens which finally constitute your program. So let us see each of the tokens one by one. So coming to the first one is the keyword. So what is a keyword? A keyword is a reserved word in the programming language. So this reserved word cannot be used as a identifier in the program. Some of the keywords are int, float, double, if, else, while, do, right? So all these keywords you have already used in C programming language. So C++ uses all the 32 keywords that you are using in C, plus it is using some 30 additional keywords. So together you have around 62 keywords. Apart from this, there are 11 other C++ keywords. But the compiler which I am using right now, that is VC++ compiler, doesn't support those 11 keywords. So if you see, in totality there are 73 keywords, but in my compiler only 62 keywords are supported. Okay, so the keywords in C++ are around 62, which is supported in my machine. And the keywords that are supported in C are 32. And always remember that these keywords cannot be a name given to a identifier. Identifier name should not be same as the keyword. Okay. The next token is identifiers. Identifiers is nothing but a name given to a variable, a name given to a function, or a name given to a class or a structure. Okay, it is basically a name given to a identifier. So when you give a name to an identifier, always make sure that they must begin with the letter or underscore. Okay. For example, suppose I try and declare a variable like this. I declare an integer variable. The variable is starting with the digit 9. 9 houses. Can I declare a variable like this? 9 houses? No. Why? Because it is starting with the digit. So variable can never start with the digit. Can it start with the underscore? Yes, it can start with the underscore. I terminate this line with a semicolon. So this is a valid identifier. Okay. So your identifier can start with the underscore or a letter, but not with a digit or a special character. So also, the second rule says that they must consist of only letters, digits or underscore. Okay. Now, suppose if I declare a variable with the special character, will it be valid? For example, I am declaring a variable. The name of this identifier is underscore houses, comma. So can my identifier have a special character in it? No. An identifier can never have a special character in it. Okay, you see here I find a error here, right? So also I cannot have a bracket, right? Parenthesis. It's a special character. So also I cannot have a hash. It's a special character. So special character cannot be part of your identifier name. Okay.